synth is good, the electronic verve is good, the bass is very zealous. Let's see if the Bose Revolve Plus 2, how it compares with the Flex now. Same song we're gonna play. See, even though this is louder and it has more bass, I feel this is more balanced. When I say balanced, it is more fun to listen to. Let's see what the oldest speaker in this room can do. This is a 5-year-old Bose Revolve Plus 1. The first generation speaker. Same song, same everything. We're just gonna play it back. So in my understanding, and I'm giving a commentary, and I'm sorry if you don't like it, but this was number 3, the Revolve Plus 2, and I think there's a tie between these two, but I am absolutely honest. I have no room for lying in my life. The Flex sounded the best in the second round. In the first round, however, this was the weakest, so I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out in round 3 maybe. Let's try the same song. Sounds good, but muted, not all that. Let's go on to the Revolve Plus 2 and see if it can do any justice to this song. It's a different song. I think the Revolve Plus 1 has won this round and the Flex has come the last. I'm hearing more instrument on the Revolve Plus 1 than I'm hearing on the Revolve Plus 2, which is fascinating. Somehow this is seeming very dropped and closed and bassy and boomy and boxy, whereas this is seeming very open and alert, the Revolve Plus 1. And this overall is seeming very balanced. What a beautiful instrumental song, by the way. I haven't heard enough. I'm going to compare this with, let's turn on the Flex and play the same instrumental song on this. just want to say this is way more alert, way more real, way more live sounding speaker than the Revolve Plus 2, at least in this round. I don't know what's going on. In some rounds, this is the best, some rounds that is the best, some rounds this is the best. Let's see what our old friend Revolve Plus 1 does here. Easily the best, easily it sounds the most alert. The notes are completely brilliant. The mid notes, the low notes, they are so well profoundly described. Just for comparison, and just so that I'm sure that I'm not being biased because it's an old speaker, I'm going to go back to the Revolve Plus 2 and try to play the same song from the start. I hope it's coming out in video also, that the Revolve Plus 2 is sounding a bit more meek and shy and quiet on this instrumental playback. And I think instrumental playback is very critical, because when you're listening to something which is a live audio set or something which has a nice symphony and flow, I think these two will outshine the Revolve Plus 2. So Revolve Plus 1 actually is sounding better than Revolve Plus 2 and the Bose Flex, just the way it is.
Come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of Angels. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Come, all ye faithful.
Okay, that was the Revolve Plus 2. Let's try to do the same thing with the Flex.
Joyful and triumphant, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of Angels. Come, let us adore him. Come, let us adore him. Come, all ye faithful and triumphant, come ye to Bethlehem.
This sounds the best. It sounds alive, alert, adequately bassy, adequately alert, a bit more open. Now I'm wondering if this is happening because the Revolve Plus 2 is further away from me and the Revolve Plus 1 is here. So just for the sake of the viewer, because I want to keep this completely unbiased, I'm going to swap the places between the Revolve Plus 2 and the Revolve Plus 1 for the next round. So far, I think the Revolve Plus 1... Sounds good on the Revolve Plus 2. Let's play the same song. Easily the Revolve Plus 1 is winning over the Flex and the Revolve Plus 2. This is the third best so far, the second best and the best. Now let's play something with the vocals and see what happens. that sounded good. Some deep house for you guys. Moving on to the Flex. Honestly, doesn't sound good. I mean, the plus 2 sounded better. Sorry, this is the plus 1. My bad, my mistake. I forgot. This is the Revolve plus 1 sounded better than this. And let's see how the Revolve plus 2 sounds. Frankly, it sounds very flat. I don't know if it's because I've used the Revolve Plus 1 for, I want to say maybe 2,000-3,000 hours, maybe, or maybe 5,000 hours of playback. You know, I've really used this a lot in the last 5-6 years. And because this is just maybe a year old or 6 months old, maybe that's why. But definitely the Revolve Plus 1 has won this comparison. It's your winner. If you are considering getting a Revolve Plus or a Flex, try to see if you can find a Revolve Plus 1 in a store and probably buy that. You won't be missing out on anything really, because this has the same micro USB charger. The only one which comes, this also has a micro USB charger, the new one. The only thing that comes with a USB-C, which is very convenient, is the Flex. Overall, if your budget is, let's say, 20,000 rupees, I would still say, if you've never heard any of these speakers, I would still say go with the Revolve Plus 2, because frankly speaking, when these two guys are not around, I'm not really missing either of them, but I do oftentimes notice the Revolve Plus 2 can be a little shrieky and bomby. If you want a balanced sound and if you have just 15,000 rupees to spend, the Flex is your boy. If you don't mind spending 5,000-7,000 rupees extra, you can try the Revolve Plus 2. If you have the resources and the means and your country rocks, I'm sure you can find a used Revolve Plus first generation. And probably for 10,000-12,000 bucks, if you're finding this in the used market, I think is the best deal. If I was in the market for a new speaker, I would just go with the Bose Flex. And until I don't get bored of it, I would keep using it. I do have a Marshall, and I do have an Emberton and a Stanmore, and I have a Sonos sound speaker, and I have 2 Sonos sound bars, but that's for a different day, for a different story. Right now, I just want to say that if you like deep house music, some pop, some, bossa nova, I think the Bose Flex is good. Between the Bose Flex and the Bose Revolve Plus 2, I would say it's a tie, because while this is sounding more balanced, I know that this is a much louder speaker and the battery life of this is very good. I'm going to do a battery life video very soon. I did one, but I don't know where I lost it. We're going to see how many hours this can work for. They say it will work for 15-18 hours, whereas this works for 6 or 7 hours. Take that into consideration. I was at a hotel recently and I was using this, and the battery died in 5 hours. So definitely make sure you get one of these two boys if you want battery.